Hey everyone, and welcome to Creating Your Self Love Lifestyle. I'm Marcy Newman, your host here, and today we're talking about how to move fearlessly forward in your life. And one of the things that I'd like to do actually is to begin with a question to you. Do you believe that that's possible? So, as I was thinking about this topic, I was thinking in terms, of course, through how I look at everything in life. What does it have to do with self love? These eyes that I look through have a very particular perspective because of my life experiences. My life experiences are what has given me the confidence to move faster in making changes in my life than what might be available to other people. And I recognize that. So my confidence comes from a place of past experience that has taught me that I already have everything inside of me that I need in order to create change, in order to bolster the momentum that I need to move forward. But what happens when you don't have access to that? In other words, what happens if you're looking in the wrong direction? So rather than looking at your past experiences as evidence that you have everything that you need in order to successfully move forward, you are looking at all the times that it appeared as if that was not the case, that you were falling short, or that you were abandoned, or that you had nothing that you needed. So I want to address those two different perspectives, but to remind you first and foremost that those perspectives come from one place. They come from choice. You see, if you think that I don't have areas of my life that I could perceive as falling short, you're wrong. Of course, I do. There are different projects that I've been working on. Although there's one I've been working on for nearly 20 years. If I look at that as falling short, I am going to take myself into a downward spiral that will convince me that I'm not enough, it's not meant for me, um, I don't have what it takes. In other words, it will be the ego's playground if I allow it to be. However, I can look at it through the eyes of self love, where I recognize that I have become the person through those years, through those hours, through those moments, through those experiences that can now address this differently. So, what exactly does that mean? It means that I have been collecting data. Have you ever looked at that one before? It's true. Everything that you've experienced is providing data for you. What kind of data? Well, it tells you where perhaps you have a block. It tells you where you might have some resistance. It tells you that um, there's something perhaps that you're not seeing. But it also can tell you everything that you need to spur you forward. In other words, when we start to look at all the data that we collect, we again see what we see based on the eyes that we're viewing through. So, as I'm always looking through self love eyes, I'm looking at, well, how can I love myself now? I can see also how I was loving myself then. But I can also see that in every experience, how I've grown, how I have expanded, how my knowingness of myself has expanded to the place where I can now honestly say that I know and I love myself. This did not come with just one experience. It also didn't come from just one perspective. I have been changing my perspective through this whole time that I call my life. So the data that we collect is based upon how much leeway we give ourselves to see things. So, my question to you is, how flexible are you in your life, particularly when you're looking at yourself? How flexible are you? Will you give yourself a break or will you give yourself a prison term? Hmm. Can you accept that everything that you need to be successful is right here, right now, but that you might just not be able to see it from where you are, or the perspective or the eyes that you're looking through? So, this is where we get to become detectives in terms of learning about ourselves so that we can make a change. You know, the title of this talk is, how to move fearlessly forward. Well, the truth of the matter is, you might not be able to be fearless, but what I can promise you is that you at any time can move forward less fearful, because there is always evidence somewhere that you are utilizing the very things that you need that will take you forward. So, if you are looking at all of the experiences, again, that you perceive to be falling short, that's all you're going to ever see. Because in that vibrational frequency, all that can be shown you are the things that appear as if you were falling short. But what if every single one of those experiences had hidden gems in them? That if you're willing to be flexible enough, you can see as a benefit. How many times have you set out to do something, right? And it didn't come to fruition. And then just a short time later, you're saying, "Phew, thank God that didn't happen." There's reason for it. What are those reasons? I can't spell it out for you, but your job is to discover them, because in that discovery, you will also learn how your higher self is constantly communicating to you, constantly leading you actually in the direction of your dreams, but also supporting you in your well being. If your dream is to do something that is destructive to yourself and to others, your higher self will instead make every attempt to direct you back to your heart, to your truth, so that you are coming from the place of the true essence of you. And so we have to understand that these parts within us that are here to support us are also parts of the key that are co creating with us. And so to move forward fearlessly means that you have to be willing to let go of the fear. However, if you're not ready, ask yourself, well, how much of the fear am I ready to let go of? How about 10%, 20%? How about just the tiniest little bit? Every time that you're willing to give an inch, it will give you a mile. It will give you a mile because the universe cannot wait to serve you. And so every tiny little inch that you will give yourself, the universe meets you right where you are and begins to show you the most expansive view of that is possible in that moment. But it's still up to you and your willingness to choose the eyes that you look through. This is how we step into a greater version of ourselves. It's how we step into aligning with our happiness, our health, our joy, our fulfillment, our prosperity. It's the same over and over and over again. It comes with the responsibility, the willingness to see things differently. And so, my invitation to you this week is to start to look through the eyes of self love. If I were loving myself in this moment, how would it be different? What would it look like? What would I be doing? How would I feel? Start to ask yourself those very important questions. And when we come back again next week, I'm telling you, life already will be different. So here's what my invitation to you is: pay attention as the universe will start to offer you these opportunities to change the lens that you're looking through. Remind yourself that my invitation to you is to start to look through the eyes of self love. And then to come back and report. Share it with all of us. Leave some comments below. Let us know what you discover about you, about the universe, about this team that you have that's constantly working with you, supporting you, guiding you. And so the affirmation that I'd like to leave with you today is this: I am truly loved, cherished, and supported as I remember who I am. That's the experience that's waiting for you. So much love to you. I'll see you right back here again next week. And I can't wait to see this new you loving you. Bye bye now.